we struggle to talk about black women and genius, but it can't be overstated for the queen of rock and roll, Tina Turner, says Yola in tribute. One of the best singers of our generation, Yola has a clear Tina Turner influence on her singing. But for this British-born superstar who is now living in Nashville, it goes much beyond any fundamental level of influence. Prior to becoming a recording artist and Grammy nominee, Turner served as a vocal biomechanics professor and teacher in her native United Kingdom. She taught aspiring singers how to imitate Turner's distinctive voice, or at least how to try. Turner, who passed away on May 24th at age 83, was discussed by Yola with Variety. Here are some of her opinions on topics ranging from Tina's unadulterated technique to the particular difficulties she encountered as a black stylist without precedents or filters to her position in musical history's genre-spanning era. She was accumulating these things along the way, leaving none behind, as she progressed from R&B to becoming renowned as the queen of rock and roll to becoming this pop phenomenon. When she reaches that level of pop stardom, the fact that you can hear the rock and the soul in her voice gives her pop interpretation an added layer of visceral urgency and richness for the journey. I've discussed Sister Rosetta Tharpe's relationship with the guitar and the conjecture that if we removed her from the timeline, a horrifying number of things would alter. I put out a similar statement in reference to Tina and rock and roll singing. In spite of the fact that River Deep Mountain High was a commercial failure in the United States, Tina always delivered for us over in the UK. She obviously relocated to Europe. Coming from Europe to the United States, I have practically done the anti-Tina thing. She was the one who personally motivated me to travel to Tennessee in order to better comprehend the circumstances surrounding her birth and upbringing. I traveled around Tennessee, stopping in a few towns before arriving in Nashville, but I made sure to stop in Memphis first. Something about her journey brought me to this place. There isn't really a part of her story that I can't relate to or find motivation in. I spent a lot of time studying her voice because I studied voices. Technically speaking, she is employing vocal ranges that are frequently employed in opera. Opera singers always appear to be sobbing uncontrollably. The weeping tilt is a method that is used to make babies cry loudly and for an extended period of time without putting undue strain on their voice boxes. It has been known to make people's hair stand on end and is very beneficial to recording and performance. Because crying is close by and is a human warning system that we are physiologically wired to respond to. She had the bone structure to access that at such an extreme degree. Singers can put that on, but other people are more prone to that sob being heavy or being successful. I used to demonstrate Tina's singing to my pupils, telling them to look at the posture she's pulling in her face and why and what that does to the voice. Every time I had a student, I made them watch a video while really paying attention. Observe it closely and get a feel for what she's doing. They would all utter the phrase I really felt that when they were paying attention rather than simply sort of watching it casually. How is she acting? After watching the video, they would get goosebumps. Very few vocalists are able to evoke such uncontrollable emotions in listeners, whether they are music nerds or individuals who aren't even aware of what they are feeling. And it's not because you have a huge social media following.